Hey everybody, up in Atom Comics here again. Been out on the road, feel good to be back at home and uh, try to catch up on sleep and life and everything else. But anyway, for this video, I have a few things to just kind of talk about just quickly. First off, got a new art package that's going to go out in the mail. So, who's this going to? So, stay tuned. Should hopefully hit within the next week somewhere. A lot of our friends will probably know who that is, or not who that is, but we'll be able to see it as they start to do it. So, first off, so I wasn't able to go to Baltimore Comic-Con. I was pretty sad about that, but a friend of mine, Aaron, who works at our comic shop, was able to pick me up a variant. I wasn't even sure. I was like, "Hey, if this is seen and is available, that would be cool," but no pressure. So he did pick this up for me, and it was a Baltimore Comic-Con exclusive by Savetta Shabina, who I was introduced through Chanko. So Chanko, thanks for showing some of her art, and I have another little bit might be coming sometime soon. But this is my first Shabina cover, and I just love this, man. This is awesome. Just like good girl art. I gotta look up what what this comic actually is because I don't know. I just was like, ooh, Shabina? Yes, please. Um, it doesn't even, it just says Baltimore Comic-Con on the back. So I don't even, I've got to open it up to see what it is. But this is, okay, The Curse of Cleaver County. Um, haven't, I'm not sure if this is the first issue or not. Um, it doesn't even tell me that on it. It just says to be continued. I'm guessing it's number one. I'm not sure. If you know, let me know. But this is first Shabina comic for me. So thought the cover was great for that. So I will put that back together in a little bit. Um, and then next up, I got a package that came in. I'm pretty sure I know what this is. This should be the Frightening 15 um, that was uh, Golden Age comic. Yeah, Golden Age comics that were reproduced. Um, it's kind of been box inside a box. But hey, that's always a good way to ship things. And I know a lot of people were pretty upset about how this whole thing was handled. And there was a lot of delays with this product. And um, and I think, oh, this is cool. So inside, it's got this little protective piece. But look at that packaging. Like that's really well done. So to help protect it. So there was yeah, this and I've heard about this. The box that these books are in is very flimsy. It's basically um a uh kind of a loose, like not cardboard, but just kind of like loose. I mean, not very thick and sturdy uh, comic box. It's got this little flip to it. Right when I open that up, oh, it's got a poster. So I think they were doing some of these posters. I think there was something to like back it, like in the first way. So I have a nice suspense comics poster that's in there. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Um, there's a kind of a little card inside with that. And these are like little trading cards, but it's like a sheet. not perforated or anything, but just a sheet of like probably the four top comics out of this Frightening 15 that came out. So, there were a lot of complaints about, especially the delays. I felt that they kept everybody pretty up to date on it. And I know it took like almost maybe an extra year to get this out. I'm not overly upset or surprised by that. And part of it is I've done a lot of Kickstarters. I've also backed a lot of games and things like that. Typically, my experience is hardly anybody comes through with getting books out on time. I think this Kickstarter hit a different group of people that haven't done a ton of Kickstarters and other like crowdfunding things. And so they were pretty upset about the timing of that. But I do think, like, I have friends of mine that have backed and spent hundreds of dollars on different games and comics and stuff like that that have never even come through. Um, I don't know why there's not litigation to like penalize those people, but I know some people that like they're never getting rewards, and it's kind of misappropriation of funds that those people have just taken that money and ran. I think they had intentions, but never came through. So I know with this, there was some issues of getting the right type of paper because they're trying to authenticate the paper, even the smell of the comics, the process of producing these to try to authenticate as close to a golden age with some of the printing processes for this. And a lot of that paper is not available anymore. So they had to kind of create some new things or find some other things that worked very closely to it. So I just give a lot of grace for that. The one thing that did irritate me is they did put some of these books out and sold them at some cons like San Diego and some other places. And I can get being upset about that because there was some supposed to be some exclusivity to this, and that this was going to be the way to buy it. And other than that, you're probably not going to have a chance to buy it. I know some companies do produce extras and then they do try to sell them, but usually after the Kickstarter people get that. But I have also seen other. I have a friend of mine in the gaming world. I think you see this a lot in the gaming world, where he had backed a Kickstarter, hadn't have had his game sent to him, but then he went to Gen Con and it was ready, available for everybody to pick up. But because he had already pre-ordered it, he had to wait, and I think had to wait like an extra, 4 to 5 months before he got his game. So I have seen some of that stuff play out before. It's not the best face to put out there for some of it, but I have seen it, so that's not a total surprise for me. So let's get into what makes up this Frightening 15. So it is a pretty flimsy box, but I don't think I think that was their intention. You weren't really paying anything extra for the box. And the one thing, these comics were probably ended up being about $10 a piece. So the Frightening 15 was 150 bucks. It's got some kind of cool embossing. They were going to deboss and ran into some issues with that. But it's kind of a cool box. I will probably keep mine in this. I'm not sure. How I'm going to store that or where I'm going to put that. But it is, it's a keepsake box in a way. But some people are like, oh, this should have been sturdier or a slipcase, but it's not what we not what we paid for. Which we paid nothing for this box. So anyway, so first one's oh gosh, the Great Chamber of Chills, number 19. Um, oh, I love this. This is awesome. So and I'm going to be excited to kind of read these and see. We got Chamber Chills 22. Can you imagine picking these up, mint off the newsstand or near mint off the newsstand? The one you just saw this poster for, Suspense Comics number 3. Awesome, awesome cover there. We got another Suspense Comics number 8. Cool little Black Widow thing. This one, oh wow, the colors are just so striking on this. Suspense number 11. And a lot of the people, um, they also made available some like uh, fluorescent and foils and all that kind of stuff. I just wanted the bare minimum. They also did, this is Suspense Comics number 12 in the Kickstarter. They also did a way where you could get like all the black cats and all the suspense and all the weird mysteries and those kind of sets. Um, that ended up being like a lot more than I wanted to put into this, but they haven't, none of those have hit the market yet. But I'm excited to see what those are. This one is just it's just crazy covered. All these covers are crazy. Weird Mysteries number 4. Look at that little ant dude and climbing out of the skull. It's awesome. We got Weird Mysteries number 5. Brains. That one's cool. Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat. Weird Mysteries number 6. Weird Mysteries number 12. Ooh, this is the one that I just got the homage of out of the Mark Spears blind bags. So that's really cool. Punch Comics number 9. The famous Punch Comics number 12. I don't know if people saw I did a little homage of this cover with the Fantastic Four with Doctor Doom up in the corner, or Doctor Doom's mask coming out there and shooting at the bad guys in the top, or the good guys that are, and so I had the FF kind of be in that one. Um, and then Weird Chills number 1. Cool little voodoo dude in the back. Got Weird Chills number 2 and Weird Chills number 3. And another thing that they sent, so is they sent an annual that they had already sent prior to this. So that's really cool. So I'm excited about this. They put their own kind of boards in the back of these that have the details on what the cover is. They do slide around a little bit in some of the backing boards, but I'm going to keep them as is. So I was very pleased by this set. So that's awesome. Uh, and then last but not least, I got some more Mark Spears, Monster in the Wall. So I really thought it was interesting. Chonko did a video where he had 60 um, of these things that he had ordered. And you got to see some distribution. So I'm kind of curious about the distribution of what I got. So I'm expecting some duplication here. So I just picked these up yesterday because I've been on travel. Um, and the shop owner was like, "Yeah, we got some of them in out of what I know that was grabbed." And he had one person because he allowed only one to be bought per day, per customer, or per household. I think he even did. And so he said he had one guy that came back. He got a Night of the Living Dead um, as his first book. So he kept coming back every day because he struck it big on that first one. So, but he said out of what he saw, most of what the store got were blanks, at least from what he was able when people opened them up and checked them out. So he got like not a lot of great books and then some blanks. So he gave me one of the blanks that he had opened. He had ordered it just, he's like, I don't really care about it, but just enjoy. He sometimes orders, shop owner orders some things to kind of remind himself that he needs to order a bunch of things. So he ordered one for himself, ended up being a blank, and he's like, yeah, I don't really have much use for this, so enjoy. So I got a blank for that. So at least one, right? So um, yeah, it sounds like there's some distribution issues because based on what Chanko had with how many blanks that he got, the super rare glow in the darks where he got three of them out of his 60 that kind of hit kind of in a run. He got a ton of foils of the Wolfie card. So it wasn't a very equal distribution. So I think they could have shuffled the cards up at the casino a little bit better if that makes sense. So I have five. So let's see what I get. And I have scissors this time. I am at home and I don't have to scare everybody with opening them up by my fingers or with a fork, or as Brian LCS recommended that I use a spork next time. So I'll have to go to Bojangles and get some sporks, I guess. No, but I got real scissors. So sorry about this, but I'm gonna try to take some time to do this right and see what I get. Okay. So, number one book. So so I was able to tell you, gosh, I can't get into this. Okay. So I was able to tell you like the distribution that my shop got kind of going into this. So I'm kind of curious. Cut this side a little bit just to help get that one corner off. Man, these things are tight. These things are tight in here. Okay. So first bag, trying to get around the corner there. There we go. First cover. It's a blank. What did I tell you? But it's a black blank. I kind of don't like the colored blanks because for an artist, like you're really limiting what the artist can do. So you're probably just asking for a whiteout cover. And compared to like on the white one, you could do some different stuff with it. So that's kind of a bummer already. I'm gonna be like Chonko and be pissed off at what I get. But he got some bangers. So hopefully he can sell those, make up all of his money, and then buy 30 more from some other place. And make out well with that. So okay, now I cut the sides first to try to help with that. So here is book number two. It does not feel foily. Or no, it is foily. Wow. Okay. I think, some foil. I think some foil action. So what did I get? A foil blank? Wouldn't that be kind of crazy? Ooh. I got the foil of one that I already had, but it's the foil version of A65, which has the little dude with the monster heads above it. So that's pretty cool. So, oh, I didn't check for golden tickets. I'm sure I'm not getting one, but you got to check these things just to see. I've already kind of decided, and I'm going to say this even before I'm getting there. Um, if I get a golden ticket out of the last three that I have, I'd already decided this, but I was like, if I get a golden ticket, you know who it's going to? Chonka. Just going to send him a golden ticket. Uh, he's the biggest Mark Spears fan I know, and so he should have that. So, not pressuring anybody else to do that. I think probably a lot of the bags are gone. But that was just something I had made up in my mind. I was like, hey, wouldn't that be cool to be able to give him a golden ticket? So, um, because he's been buying the like the Mark Spears card. Um, what are those production things called? The words. Um, but anyway, he's been buying some of the originals for the cards and things like that. So I got another foil. Is it going to be the same one? Would probably, but let's see. Um, yeah, no, it's not. It's a big, it is a foil, but it's the big, this is considered A51, but it's the foily orange Cyclops, hairy, hairy belly, but really hairy legs. But this one's cool. So do I have a golden ticket? No, 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 I do not. Sorry, Chonko. So I'm pulling for you. I'm pulling for you. I got two more. Got two more to go. So let's see what we got here. Works out better to cut the sides, kind of at an angle first. Gosh. But I mean, two foils out of five, that's pretty good. I'm a little upset because I'm not I have two that I really kind of want. Um One is the Dave Stevens Elvira homage. I'd love to have one of those, and the Chamber of Chills. Like those two, if I don't get them, I'll probably try to pick them up somewhere because those are two I would just absolutely love to have. Um, okay, or maybe I'm summoning them. Ooh, let's see. This is not a foil, so it's probably blank. But let's see what I get here. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, this was probably my number three that I wanted, the Famous Monsters of Filmland cover. I love this. This is cool. So this is I'm very happy with this. Yeah, so very happy with this. No golden ticket. Sorry, Chonko. Um, but yeah, I got the Famous Monsters one. So that one's really cool. Um, Overall, I'm pretty excited about the pulls that I got. So I feel like I'm opening like Pokemon cards online or something crazy like that. Uh, and then the last one, what will it be? Also, Night of Living Dead. Those would be awesome to have. So I'm hoping I get something because I think these things are kind of drying up. I haven't seen, when I was out on travel, I saw only like a couple on a shelf. This one is not a foil. So is it a blank? Is it one that I already have? Let's see. Dum, 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 dum. Oh yes, I get the Chamber of Chills. Oh yes. This was the top one that I wanted. So that is great. So already showed you the homage. I mean the original Golden Age Chamber of Chills 19. So this is the homage. So I am ecstatic about this. So I didn't get the Elvira, didn't get the Dave Stevens. Let's see if I got the golden ticket on the first couple of pages. Wonk, wonk, wonk. As Chonko's little horn would go off. But no, I didn't get that. So I'll try to find that Dave Stevens one somewhere. So hopefully I can get that. But anyway, that is what I have for you today. Thanks so much for watching. And, make sure you flip through a floppy. And I will catch you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.